Hi, good morning, everyone. So I'm going to start a little backwards just because that's how I've approached my career. So right now, I'm helping bring Port Houston's future into focus. And when I set off on my career, I never thought I'd actually be doing this. Um, so when I embarked on my education, I was already a mother. I became a mother at the age of 18. So that kind of changed my trajectory and how I approached my schooling. So I progressed, and while I put myself through school, I worked in the retail business where I did inventory management. I worked in a warehouse. I did sales and customer service. Once I finished my degree, I thought, okay, where do I go from here? Now, what do I do? I lived in a small town, not a lot of opportunities. So I figured, okay, I've put in a couple of applications, nothing yet. So let me go back to school. I started my journey on in getting my master's, and while I was doing that, still continued in the retail business, and looked for opportunities to supplement where I was missing experience in my degree field, and so I took on some opportunities to in environmental management and in the local and state level. And then by that time, I had already finished my master's degree, and then again, I was faced with, now what do I do? You know, and so I took a leap of faith in being from where I'm from, small town, and having the way I grew up. That leap to kind of say, okay, now it's my time to really focus on my career. I moved to Houston, and I wound up working for the state government, still pursuing environmental. And then um, I really had to sit back and look at where I was, what I was missing. I had kind of somewhere along the way, I had meandered and kind of, I had a goal, but I wasn't able to really connect the dots between all of my experiences and my training, and where I saw myself going. And what I came to find out was that my passion was people in service. That was the one thing that connected every experience that I'd had in the industries I had been in, the jobs I had had, and where I saw myself going. And so now I'm here at Port Houston, and I've had a phenomenal time. Networking has definitely been a big plus for me in helping define where I'm at. And one of the hurdles, I've faced in the industry, being a female and being usually not only the only woman in the room, but also the youngest and most junior in the room, and that can often be very intimidating, and sometimes you know cause you to doubt your skills and what you're capable of doing, when deep down you really know, I'm gonna kick ass at this, and but what's helped I had a pivotal moment a couple of years ago, and I was getting up to give a briefing to some industry groups, and in passing, I told my director at the time, I started my career late, and he stopped me and said, "According to who?" He's like, "This is your story, this is your journey." And I guess the takeaway for me was the way we tell our story to ourselves is really important. And that from that day forward, instead of looking at my time in the retail industry as kind of time wasted, I've really just energized myself to use that, the skills that I learned and the experiences that I gained in working with people and building those relationships to really propel my career to where I'm at today. And when I was not the first choice for the role I currently hold. This is my second go around. But I continued to pursue it because I knew I wasn't the strongest candidate on paper or through experience, but I was the best fit because of the experience that I brought with developing relationships with people and my commitment to service. And in developing a long range plan, this is the first long range plan Port Houston has developed. And that takes not only the technical expertise, but also the aptitude to be able to sell that story and build the relationships so that those conversations can start, so you get buy-in into what you're selling. And what we're selling is Port Houston's future.